Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Retro Gems, a series that will explore some of the more obscure, yet good games of yesteryear. Our first subject is a Sega Master System title called Master of Darkness. As gems go, this title is a bit rough thanks to some finicky hitboxes and collision detection, but it's still fun. Those familiar with 8-bit platformers will recognize a lot of the elements in this game as they control Dr. Social, a 19th century occultist who has set out to vanquish Dracula after receiving a mysterious warning via Ouija board. Like in just about any other platformer, players will have to jump over pits, slay monsters, and go toe-to-toe with the occasional boss. Being a true Victorian gentleman, Dr. Social dispatches his foes with knives, walking sticks, guns, and even axes, all while wearing a spiffy suit. He also bounds from platform to platform like an extra from Thriller. The sub-weapons system, it will probably be familiar to fans of games like Ninja Gaiden and Castlevania, though Dr. Social gets a set amount of ammo when collecting a sub-weapon, rather than needing hearts or magic to use them. These sub-weapons range from bombs to vampire-slaying stakes, and they are mostly very useful. Bosses include Jack the Ripper, Dracula, and some weird lady who can create giant skulls by breathing smoke. The difficulty of this game is moderate for its time, with levels and bosses gradually becoming more challenging as the game progresses. There are even cutscenes between stages, though the story is very simple. At the very least, the scenes add some flavor and provide some explanation as to what's going on. While Master of Darkness is pretty good, I did find actions like climbing steps a bit frustrating, since you have to be on the correct pixel to actually scale the steps. The rules for collision also seemed a bit arbitrary, because Dr. Social could jump in some areas without hitting his head on the ceiling, but in other areas he would smack his head against overhanging platforms, which frequently led to death in tight quarters. It's also a bit short and can easily be finished in a single sitting, which is either a good thing or a bad thing depending on how much spare time you have. The Sega Master System version never made it to the US, but residents of Japan and Europe got to enjoy it. Luckily, this title was also released for the Game Gear, and both versions seem nearly identical to each other. Master of Darkness was one of the first few games I reviewed about 4 years ago. Looking back, I may have been too harsh on it, but I did strongly recommend it for anyone looking for a decent SMS platformer. So give it a try if you are curious about what it would be like to live in a timeline where Castlevania came out for the Master System instead of the NES. Well, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have to say I really appreciate the support I've been getting here on BitChute, and please let me know if you would like to see me cover any games in Retro Gems or any of the other things I do on this channel. I'd be happy to take a look at a title. In some cases I might not be able to get my hands on it. In other cases I may have already played it and have a good idea what it's about, so feel free to make suggestions and I will do my best to follow up on them. So once again, thank you very much, and until next time, good luck and happy gaming.